Welcome back. We're watching more Jujutsu Kaisen, and I don't know if I'm ready, especially after the little scene right at the end of the previous episode. Nanami has definitely seen better days. Walking down the corridor looking like he's about to have a conversation with Batman. There's some mighty amount of healing that is going to need to be done there. If he can actually get to it, but I doubt so. I've already said my goodbyes in my mind. I think that's the safest bet. But if you managed to skip the last episode somehow, things are getting very interesting in Jujutsu Kaisen. Not only in animation quality and style and art direction and the like, but what started off as, oh look, everyone in Shibuya is in danger, to, oh look, Gojo is sealed away, to, oh look, Sukuna is back, oh look, everyone is fucked. But that's how things go sometimes, and this isn't a show to exactly shy away from hurting some of its characters, especially the main boy, little Yuji. He's seen his fair share of stuff and lost a few people all along the way. Remember, Shinpei? What's his name? Be the last. But we should be in for a fun time, so hold on to your butt. Sit back nice and comfortably. Shall we get going? I mean, I wonder how much Yuji's feelings about the whole deal with him being up for execution for harboring Sukuna is going to change now that he's, well, witnessed everything that he has. And if Gojo is what his personal feelings are, considering what everything that has now happened. Is Yuji going to suddenly release a whole bunch of potential because of trying to right the wrongs that have happened tonight? The multitude of thoughts swirling in his mind here. Everyone that he has met along the way here, everyone that's given him a helping hand. And each one of them, well, most of them at least, I actually remember the exact scene of when it was said and played. I think after the fight with Choso, there's one or two there which meant a little more. But I think after Sukuna went on his rampage, eradicated the quite a large diameter portion of the area, and all that there were, everyone that was in that area. In fact, if it was by his hand, even with Sukuna controlling him, Yuji is not going to be the same after all this, and I don't know exactly what, if anything, he can do about it. What is the deal that he put in place with Sukuna? Was there a contract being made? I think there was or wasn't or something. I think a good question is, are there going to be any more domains and battles of the like that we're still itching to see? And also, since Sukuna saved Megami. What happens there now? I mean, we had the bit with Dagon. That was at the beach. Is Nanami in his happy place? I think, yeah, much rather be strolling along the beach here than the underground where he was that we saw. Shack? The hard cut to this. Oh, you bastard. Why was he hiding away in the little passport booth? Little photos to go, and yet he's curled himself up. Hopefully the come to the edge of the ocean there. I see. Malaysia. But literally fighting back against the tide. What a life he's wanting for himself after getting the overtime pay for all of this. He has a he still has a thing or two to do. The fact it is playing it so softly. Even if he has done more than enough, even if he is tired, he can't give up now. This is just too harsh. Having a character that I love and it's playing it out this badly. We saw something that he's not currently able to withstand, just hiding out behind him. How can he play this scene differently? Oh, just having fun in the sea, frolicking. Even half charred, missing an eye, exhausted beyond all belief. And alone, I should say. If it didn't keep interjecting with the beach, this part would not mean half of what it was. Oh no. He hears the sounds of battle, comes rushing in. I'm guessing it's going to be he's going to be right at the end. Is he allowed 5 seconds of rest. Ah, shit. He was always there, and he turns the corner as you see him. He's got a firm grasp on him. Is there much conversation to be had? Is he open to having a little chat? I mean, we know that since he is in the clutches of Vito there, this. Ah, okay. That's the face he saw right now. The one that he failed. Is it telling him to turn around? A order from the other side, whether it be actual or in his mind, he knew. I don't know if that's a blessing or not. Not transformed and just shredded. Christ. If you really want to leave a message, what better way to completely just cut Yuji down than to have that in front of him? Taking his anger and rage and replying with just jokes after what he's done. It's a little difficult to completely just hate Mahito, even after everything, but still. The delayed hit? Or is he. Oh. He's definitely picked up a thing or two over his battles, hasn't he? And now he's got. The one-on-one fights, the fun moments that he. Well, not the fun moments, but the impressive moments in the choreography that we have. And you got Mahito just pissing around while doing so. Hmm. Countless lives, souls, people. He just doesn't understand it. Sometimes it takes a simple guy to really put things into perspective, though. Really? The fact that he's doing some weird charades with his body being able to morph. But if it is the case, if he is the same as him, in whatever form that takes, isn't that just going to help him try and overcome it? He just needs to compose himself. Take everything that he learned, try and pay it back. I don't like the wall of flesh. And the fact that it is closing in on them, making this scene of battle smaller. The change in lighting as it coats the hallway and takes it all. He didn't expect that, did he? Did it really rattle him that much? And if it is... So, Jesus Christ, now we're getting to like a Resident Evil hallway of lasers moment. You got... Not only does he have to fight Mahito, but this area as well. The fact that the environment itself is in his favour. This is an interesting fight. But ooh, I like the lighting of the eyes. No matter how little space he has, he'll just create some more, won't he? The fact that they are going so fast, they've seen how quick they can move, but in time and along with the blood spurts from the holes they just made. I will say, Mahito's design, the fact he can pretty much do anything because of his ability to morph, leads to a lot of interesting opportunities, I should say, for animation than like. Return to sender. But is the throw there just the distraction? Don't worry, you can get the next one. The fact he can see, recognize, and anticipate every move that Mahito is about to do. Maybe they are more alike. A battle in a receding hallway or down an elevator shaft. I was about to say, now kiss. Some of these noises. Really having fun with the voice work. See, wrong floor. I'm going to turn this up a little, actually. So he knows that, oh no, Yuji actually has some skills here. This isn't just, he isn't able to just have a bit of fun. No. They're already dead. He wouldn't have just left them be. Wouldn't have just left them be. Hiding more like, what is it, the timed mutations? Oh no! Wearing him like a flesh suit. I'm not sure about the weight distribution on that sword. Uh, the fact that you got Mahito talking about, oh, I've got. Well, that's why he spat up so many skeletons and the like, but still. The fact he's talking about how he's got these insurances. Insurances in place. Is he already talking as though he's lost? How many? This is just a comedy routine now, in the middle of everything else we're watching. Hmm. So who is facing the other one, and how many split copies are there? Or can he? Can he make? Messing with our idiot. Yeah. She might have hit a nerve. She has to know pretty sharpish not to let him get near, get him touch her. Also, I would like to have a bit of opportunity for her to do a thing or two. If the hammer can't do it, force it in a bit. How much can her nails do? Oh no. Which just means he's going to try even harder now to bring her down. But considering she has had little screen time, really, at least in her fighting capabilities, other than the forest bit against the other students, or really early on when they're first learning to be sorcerers. Well, I guess with the other, the Blood Brother people. But still, I would like more. Especially if she can stand her own against Mahito. See how much she's actually managed to come as a sorcerer. And yes, I am trying to completely distract myself about the beginning 10 minutes of this episode. Being so peaceful and disjointed over what was actually going on. How many more are going to be lost along the wayside, and is usually going to feel personally responsible for all of them? The fact that though Nanami saw his friend there, knew Yuji was behind him, gave him words of encouragement to spur him on further. That was Nanami to a T, really. I wondered if I would be ready for this episode, and I don't know if I ever come to a conclusion with that thought, because even though I'd come to my peace and seeing Nanami kind of go up in flames earlier on, and then him walking a little charred and without an eye, yeah, I didn't expect the best, but to have the entire moment there, him fighting back against the tide, still just doing everything, clearing the entire path. Let's be fair, Mahito only stepped in once it was over. If you had been on form, Mahito might have, actually had fun with their fight. But considering the battles that he's had with Nanami in the past, I don't think they were anything quite nearly as three-dimensional in their aspects. The verticality of the elevator shaft and everything, that was a bit above and beyond what we've seen before, at least when it comes to Mahito fights. Although maybe there was a bit with the school back in Junpei, but still. That entire segment, the fact that Yuji was quiet confidence, the rage that he felt subsiding substantially thanks to the words of Nanami. So, he can't let himself be caught away by anger. Compose himself, know what his next move is. I think that paid dividends for him. But goddamn, yeah, Yuji is a force to be reckoned with at the minute. I wonder how much Sukuna's influence and the stuff that he's managed to do is etched into Yuji's own soul, so that maybe he can reach in and grab a fraction of that power. Mahito is really... It's one of those characters, one of those antagonists which you can just... No situation can ever allow you to take in what just happened, because he's got these faces, quips, attitude to just everything is one big game for him. He just enjoys doing shit, messing with people as much as possible. So, grieving? What's that? And while I feel like a lot of that fight, down the tunnel and down the elevator shaft was pretty damn fucking good. If the flesh wall had a bit more of a gross texture, that might be a little uncomfortable to watch. Being squeezed against the walls like that. But I do think next episode is going to be intriguing to say the least. If Mahito's plans gets turned upside down, thanks to the combined abilities above and below the two sorcerers, does he have a third, a backup plan, a way out? If he can just split himself into twos, go out and act independently of each other, I would not be complacent enough to leave it there. You would have a third section of you, at least, somewhere tucked away, a long way away from all of this, just in case the worst happens. That would also mean he is such a dangerous combatant, which means no matter what they did, is there a true way to know that Mahito is gone forever? Or at least as much as you can with cursed spirits. If any of you are reeling after seeing that episode, maybe you didn't care about Nanami as much as I did. He was one of, if not my favourite character in all of this. The seemingly ordinary, everyday salaryman just trying to get by, pulled into a world so unworthy of him. But sacrifices have to be made, suffering builds character and all that. Yuji should be pretty damn strong then. I do have several questions about the other cursed spirits. If you've got, like, the now past Hanami, Jogo, and Dagon and whatnot, all coming together in some sort of camaraderie family. Same with the blood brothers and the like, even if their morals and whatnot are a little flipped, not quite how we would go about things, they do have a sense of care about one and each other. Is that going to be able to be used against them? More of a psychological battles against cursed spirits. Is that even possible? I would love to see. Hopefully you would as well, if you have enjoyed this one. If you have not been left clutching, cradling your mind, let me know. If there's anything that I have done to entertain you in this, consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss out the next one, the next exciting episode. But how many more mistakes and ghosts from the past are going to appear and give helpful insights? We'll find out by watching more. So, get yourself a bit of rest. So I want to see you in the next one. Thanks to my patrons, I know that they've got my back should anything go wrong. But lest this channel turn into mist and viscera, we should be able to continue unabated. And with that, I do need to thank Noku, Sal, Croyville, Ruben Filamawa, Guado, Kite, Raywin, Lightwizard91, Shiwan, Tori Jane, and everyone else. Because without them, I would be traversing this lonely road alone. But at least I'm not facing the great incoming wall of flesh that might be YouTube and its policies.